Hey everyone, welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss the teaser trailer for Halloween Ends that was shown exclusively at this year's CinemaCon in Las Vegas. I'm going to break down the new footage that was shown and also discuss Jamie Lee Curtis's comments about the movie and her personally playing the role of Laurie Strode. Let's go! So comicbook.com posted an article breaking down the first footage that has been released for Halloween Ends, and Jamie Lee's comments about the movie also, which all took place at CinemaCon. Now the headline reads, Halloween Ends footage reveals first look at the end of the horror franchise. And the article goes on to say, Universal Pictures wrapped things up at CinemaCon this year, and in keeping with that theme, offered a first look at Halloween Ends, the next film in the series and the conclusion of the story that started with 2018's revival of the slasher franchise. Star Jamie Lee Curtis was on hand to talk about the movie and introduce the footage, telling attendees it's gonna F you up. Comicbook.com's Cam Bonamalo was on hand for the event and saw the first footage from the David Gordon Green directed follow-up. Though the trailer is mostly made up of footage from other films, there is one major scene that's new. Now the footage begins. Now here is where we get the new footage breakdown. So the trailer starts out 44 years ago, the face of fear was born. And in classic footage from John Carpenter's Halloween. A murder montage shows the victims of Michael Myers on Halloween night 78 and 2018. Every scream, every scare, every slash has led to this. In the new footage, Laurie breathes heavily as she hides in a dark closet. Michael Myers stalks a kitchen with a knife. Laurie lunges at Michael and slashes at him. It's a brutal, in capital, brutal fight. Michael grabs Laurie's hair and slams her face first into a glass cabinet. Laurie grips her knife and stabs it into Michael's hand. The trailer ends with Michael on the table. Laurie stands over her prey with a butcher knife, and then we get the closing title, Halloween Ends. Okay, guys, let's get into this new footage. So it starts off here with Laurie breathing heavily as she hides in a dark closet. Now, the first thing that jumped into my mind, I don't know if it did yours as well, but for me, it was, of course, the classic closet scene from 1978, where Michael right there towards the end of the film, when Michael's busting through the closet there, and it's just such a terrifying scene, claustrophobic scene. And I don't know if it's going to be that similar type feel, but it certainly sounds like it. At least for me, that's what I visualized. David Gordon Green could even be paying homage to the original Halloween with this scene. We'll have to see how it looks, but certainly there's something that could be a possibility. But either way, she's in this closet. Then Michael Myers stalks a kitchen with a knife. So we have Michael Myers in someone's kitchen. We don't know whose kitchen, but he's in the kitchen of a house, and Laurie lunges at him and slashes at him. It's a brutal fight. And I love that it's capital, so this is not just stab, punch. This is a brutal fight. There's a lot going on here. Literally grabbing her hair, slamming her face into a glass cabinet. I mean, it's going to be intense from what we're seeing here. And then she stabs Michael's hand, and then he's on the table. She stands over him. So this whole sequence here, and I've heard from other sources as well, that it's really an epic battle. Like these two are going at it. However, I do want to say this, even though we have Laurie and Michael fighting here in this very brutal scene, I do not believe, first of all, that this is the final battle of the movie. I just don't. I've thought a lot about it, I'm just now making this video on it because things have been insane. But I've been thinking about it for since this information came out a couple of days ago. And I really don't believe, number one, that they're going to be showing the actual final finale of the movie on a teaser trailer at CinemaCon. I just don't believe it. I believe that this footage is from earlier in the movie. It's not going to be at the end. I think that this is probably a fight that could take place. It could take place at the midpoint of the movie. It could even take place at the beginning of the movie. It's just because here's the reason why I say that. We've got a 4-year time gap, a 4-year time jump between the events of Halloween Kills and where Ends begins. So during that 4 years, my question is, what happened? What went on with Laurie? What went on with Michael during that 4-year gap? Why is there a 4-year gap? So for all we know, this could be a flashback scene to something that happened during those 4 years. This could be this may not even actually be a real-time scene in the Halloween Ends timeline once we get started into the movie. So it could easily start back and saying, 2 years ago or 1 year ago or something like this. And we see this kitchen battle happening. It just starts right up. And then all of a sudden, Michael's captured again, maybe. I know the only thing I don't like about that idea of being captured is that it's been done so many times. I mean, how many times in this franchise are we going to capture Michael Myers only for him to break out again in transport or in some other way? So it almost just feels so overdone. But there has to be an explanation for where he's at these 4 years. But either way, staying on track with what this video is about, that's another video. I'll have to make that. But for this video's purposes, on the trailer footage, I do believe that this is not the finale. This is not the end battle that we're going to see with Michael and Laurie. I just don't. I don't think they'll show that. That will be under wraps. That'll be kept secret until the film comes out. So this is an earlier scene in the movie. And again, this scene could be leading up to the finale, but either way you look at it, it's not, to me, it's not, there's no way this is the finale. Now, what happens in this scene is obviously it's a brutal fight, and Laurie gets attacked, Michael gets stabbed, and then there's going to be a conclusion here, obviously, at the end to see where this is going to lead, or this is going to lead to. Because we've heard all kinds of rumors about Michael's house being destroyed. So what if this kitchen is in Michael's house, not Laurie Strode's house? Because we kind of assume automatically that it's going to be in Laurie's house, that Michael's coming after Laurie. But what if, after all that's happened now, Karen's dead, and what if this takes place in Michael's house before the house is demolished? So if the rumors are true that it is demolished, this could take place before that happens, where she's going after Michael, and it all happens there. And then again, maybe perhaps we see the authorities there, and maybe even Hawkins is there with her, and he gets him back in custody. I don't know. Or all I know for sure is that, or what I should say, what I feel I know for sure. I don't know for sure. Anything can happen. But what I feel is going to happen for sure is that this sequence will not be the finale. But it makes you wonder, where is it at? Where's it going to be at? Michael's house, Laurie's house? It could be somewhere else altogether. It could be in Hawkins. If Hawkins has got a house that he's not, if him and Laurie are not together, which is what I'm hoping they will be, then who knows? It could be in his house. So anyway, I think the finale is going to be much bigger than this. It's not just going to be about Laurie and Michael. I think the finale is going to be a much more epic setting, battle, the whole 9 yards. So we'll have to wait and see. But finally, the article concludes with more comments from Jamie Lee Curtis. She says, regarding the film and it being her last time playing the role of Laurie Strode, Curtis called it the ride of my life, adding, I had no idea when I was cowering in the closet 45 years ago that this character would become the most important relationship of my entire career and professional life. And I'm grateful because Laurie Strode is the OG final girl. She's the one that the term apparently was created for. The one that won't be stopped, won't be killed, will face the monsters and when others run. And over the years, that has taken an obviously new dimensions. So, absolutely. And then she finally says here to close out, Mama's tired, Curtis concluded to a laugh. This Halloween, we will experience Laurie's last stand. It's gonna F you up, end quote, rather. So, Jamie is yet again confirming that this is it for her. There is no more Laurie Strode after Halloween ends. She has said this repeatedly on her social media, in interviews, articles. She's made no bones about this being her final stand as Laurie Strode. So she again confirms it here and literally saying this is Laurie's last stand. So I don't know. We'll see how it all ends. I still believe Laurie is absolutely going to die in Halloween Ends. I don't want her to, but I do think she will. I think that's the only way that they're going to end the Strode line is through her dying, and that's the final nail in the coffin, if you will, for Laurie Strode as a character. So she's reconfirming that again here. Nothing real new here other than just the comment that it's going to F you up. So Jamie Lee is promising big things for Halloween Ends. She's promised big things for all the other two sequels as well. So we'll have to see how it all comes down. But we'll find out soon enough. October literally is right around the corner. We're already in May. It's going to be here before we know it. All right, everyone. Now I want to know what you guys think about the new footage and the kitchen battle between Laurie and Michael. Whose house do you think it's in? Do you think it's going to happen in the middle of the movie, the beginning, or the end? What are your thoughts? Give me your opinions, your theories in your comments below. I want to see them all. I want to engage with you guys so we can discuss it together. Well, that's going to be it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Halloween Ends and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.